This album has a couple of themes. There's a lightness and a darkness. It's called Midnight Hallelujah. In my mind, those are two very different things. Midnight can be a dark time and can be a time of revelation as well. And Hallelujah can be heard religiously, can be heard joyously. What brought me to this point was traveling through a very intense journey with my mother and seeing her, through her dementia, lose her own faith, which had sustained her for 81 years. It was at the center of everything she believed in and did and cherished, and yet in the throes of this disease, it abandoned her.
So I go to church on Sunday. I'm trying for restraint, but I'm a tongue-tied black belt sinner, and I'm running with the saints. And I'm praying that you stay, be my midnight hallelujah. Stay, be my 2 a.m. amen. Stay, be my sweet, sweet revelation. And maybe in the morning we can make amends.
We're going a little gothic here, I think. I don't know, sonically that's what I'm calling it. There's banjo. I've never used banjo on a record before. There's a bunch of clarinets, there's accordion, there's a whistle solo on one song. So I'm trying some different stuff, and I'm playing with very different musicians than I've ever used before. Like, these are the Sweetwater Cats, and they're gorgeously gifted, and they're bringing so much of their own history to my songs, which is a great exploration for me. Faith is definitely a huge part of the dialogue of this record, and I am snarling at it in a very new way. There's more anger here in more places than I've allowed before.
That's a mean-looking Jesus on your wall.
Mean-Looking Jesus was inspired by a Robert Polidori photograph. He'd done a portfolio of gorgeous but devastating pictures of the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. I saw this image of a completely wrecked living room, and it was abandoned, it was topsy-turvy, it was moldy, it was just a mess. And then in the corner was this very sinister looking Jesus picture. And I think right when I saw it, I wrote the lyric, and I had it in this folder with the photographs for 10 years, and I had forgotten I'd written it. And then a couple weeks ago, I was hanging out with my friend Eric Bazillion, and we came up with this crazy banjo riff, and then the song just plowed out.
That's a mean-looking Jesus, mean-looking Jesus. That's a mean-looking Jesus on your wall.
There's a song called Alice on this new record. It's about a combination of people in my life, but it deals with addiction. I wanted to get at it as if I were writing a letter to somebody. And I chose the name Alice, obviously, because of Lewis Carroll and the rabbit hole.
Alice, tell me what you do late at night up in your room. Are you listening for a friend to tell you that this has to end? The currency of your sweet will is lost inside a tiny pill you hide under your windowsill. Who is it you're trying to kill?
Really, really love. Features Joe Sample. It's one of the last things that he played with me. I got him to demo this little Wurlitzer part that I had in mind, and I sang him this song, and I'm like, Joe, can you just get this down? And so we built the whole track around his Wurlitzer part. It's the most joyful song I think I've ever written.
Where do we go from here? Now that all is said and done, now that all the bets are off and the best man won, how do I make it clear? You can't hide and you can't run, now that you're the only one I love to give my love to you, 'cause I really, really love you.
There's a song I just wrote, it's called #Lullaby, and it's inspired by a book called Ghetto Side, which is a Los Angeles reporter's 10-year journey into following these cops around Compton and watching them solve these little celebrated cases, people killing people in their own neighborhood, and the entrenched poverty, the entrenched violence, the entrenched everything. And one of them says at one point to the reporter, well, everybody was somebody's baby.
Everybody was somebody's baby, and every baby got some kind of destiny. And who we once were is not who we may be. Everybody was somebody's baby.
I think some of these songs are more topical than I've dared to be in the past. I don't like to preach. I don't like to presume anything about the listener or my take on things. There are songs on this record that are some of the happiest songs I've ever written, and there are some dark, snarling, gnarly, questioning of faith songs, questioning of everything songs. And I kind of like that there's this battle. We're gonna see who wins.
Stay, be my sweet, sweet revelation, and maybe in the morning we can make amends. Maybe in the morning we can make amends. Maybe in the morning we can make amends.